Let's take a look at the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro B2. That's 2 wireless transmitters and 1 receiver. Disclaimer, Saramonic sent this kit to me free of charge and I have no other obligation to them, nor do they get to review or approve of the video. If you're interested in how I do reviews, check the description below for a link outlining that process. Testing parameters. My primary test for microphones and systems is 2 things only. Do they sound good with my voice? And do they work as advertised? There are a variety of cameras, recorders, and other devices, and they are all different, so I could not possibly cover them all. I'll test the system with something I trust. The sound device is MixPre 3, as I know it's clean, and anything else will be produced by the Blink 500 system itself. Lastly, I've done no post-processing on the audio except to level it to -19 LUFS, which I do on all of my videos. The kit. The Blink 500 Pro B2 is packaged nicely with quality certificate, stickers, registration card, and manual. The underlying box contains a USB charging cable, 2 new omnidirectional lapel mics, wind furries, and a TRS and TRRS connection cable for running this unit into cameras, phones, tablets, recorders, and more. Opening the box, we see the 2 Blink 500 transmitters and 1 receiver. They are incredibly small and lightweight, which makes them ideal for transport. Now there is much more to this case than meets the eye. The 2 transmitter and receivers have gold connectors, as does the case itself. That's because the case is the recharging unit. It has a built-in rechargeable 2000 milliamp hour internal battery. Simply placing these units into the case keeps them charged and up to full capacity. The USB port on back allows charging the case itself with the included cable, and out of the box, these units spout a 10-hour battery life, which is amazing. You can also connect up any type of battery pack, like this one, and get some serious runtime out of these units. There's a battery indicator on the front of the unit that shows it charging and when it's full. This is a single pairing switch which pairs all of the units together in the case in one fell swoop. Both transmitters and receiver also sport USB ports if you want to charge the units individually. The transmitters each have a mute button which can be disabled in the menus, and all 3 use this as a power on and power off button. On the other side is a set plus and minus button for navigating the menu system on each unit, which we'll cover shortly. The 2 transmitters have a new and improved built-in omnidirectional mic and a slot for mounting the furry in case you're in windy conditions and using that mic. Next, we have the addition of a mic and line in to use the included lapels, which is what you've been listening to for the majority of this review. Notice this says mic and line in, which is a great addition as the line in provides plug-in power, allowing you to use 3.5mm shotgun mics, headset mics, or any existing lav mics you might have. In case these specs mean anything to you, both the included lav mics and built-in mic have a sensitivity of -39 dB. If you're really into specs, I'll include them in the video description below. On the receiver, the top sports a line out where you plug the included TR or TRRS cable and route those to your camera, recorder, phone, tablet, or anything else for that matter. There's also a 3.5mm jack to monitor the transmitted audio, great for cameras that don't include a headphone jack. The volume of the headphones can be set and the level will depend on your headphone's impedance. Each transmitter contains a handy clip which is used to clip to clothing, waistlines, or anything else for that matter. The receiver clip could be used to clip to anything, and its usual use is on the shoe mount of a camera. The OLED screen is exceptionally readable even for someone like me that wears glasses. Let's jump into this very simplified menu system by clicking the set button or the minus button on the transmitter. Here's the firmware version, which tells me it's upgradable. Next press allows you to restore the system to its original defaults. Hold down the select button for a second to select that option. Click through the option you want and hold down the select button again to choose it. We have a language setting, ability to enable or disable the mute button on each unit, ability to set the backlight to on all the time or turn it off after 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or 60 seconds. As mentioned, we have an input mode of mic in for the built-in mic or included lapels and line in for other types of 3.5mm mics. As I change this, notice the bottom left icon on the screen shows the input mode status. Next is the mic gain, toggling between 0 for off and 6 for the loudest, and the display will reflect that setting at the bottom. Toggle again and we're back at the main screen. Let's turn on the additional transmitter and notice it's immediately recognized by the receiver. Top right on the screen shows transmitter, or TX for short. The battery indicator shows charge, and which will flash if the battery starts getting low. The pairing indicator shows it has successfully paired with the receiver. The RF indicator shows the signal strength, which we will test later in the video. As shown, the bottom left icon shows the mic in or line in status, and the middle numbers indicate the volume of the input level, the default being 5. Clicking the mute button shows the mic muted, and clicking again shows unmuted, and this works for both the internal mic, lapel mics, and also the line-in mics. An interesting feature of the transmitters is they show a middle signal line across the screen when it detects incoming sound, which immediately tells you if the mic is on and working. Let's mute it and see what happens. Now let's unmute it and test again. I like that. Let's look at the receiver OLED screen that has lots of info, which I find excellent. It shows transmitter A is connected, signal strength, battery level, input volume level, mic or line input muted, and the same information for transmitter B. Let's mute the A transmitter. That's very quick. Let's hop into the receiver menus, and everything is the same except for the output mode and volume. The output modes are mono, the default, and stereo. Mono means the audio from the left and right incoming channels are mixed together. You'll see that mono mode is indicated on the screen with an M. Stereo mode would normally be used with two transmitters, meaning transmitter A will be on one channel and transmitter B would be on the other channel, which is great for mixing multiple sources. Stereo mode shows up on the receiver with an S. On the receiver, the volume is how you set the loudness of the headphones, not the output volume of the incoming signals, which are set on each transmitter. The headphone volume is indicated on the OLED screen here. Although this kit tries hard to be a plug-and-play system, the major mistake I see people make with wireless systems, or any audio system, is overcooking the transmitters or overcooking the device receiving the output. For example, some DSLR cameras do best when the camera's audio is turned all the way off, then adjusting to just one click up in volume, as many of these cameras have really noisy circuitry, and you'll think there's something wrong with your wireless system when in fact it's the camera. I can't go through every possible situation, so just take the time to test the gain on the transmitters and the audio recording levels of whatever device you happen to be using with these, and you'll eventually hit that sweet spot. You probably wouldn't mount it this way and use the lapel mic this way. I just want you to see that it's transmitting through the lapel mic. Alright, so here's what the lapel mic sounds like. Let's be silent for a second and see if we hear any circuitry noise. You might hear something in the background. You're going to get that with any mic. Let's just have a listen. Alright, the next test, what I've done is I've removed the lapel mic from the system, and I'm just using the built-in mic that's included with the transmitter itself. I don't need to test both transmitters. I already have, but they're the same thing exactly. Let's be silent for a moment and see if we hear any noise out of this one. Okay, this system claims an operating range of 100 meters, that's a little over 300 feet, line of sight. Next thing I want to do is I'm just going to take a walk. I'm going to talk to you about how far I am away because I want to see line of sight fine. It's like the Wi-Fi transmitters and the HDMI transmitters. Line of sight, they're always more than they say. What I want to know is when I walk downstairs through walls, through my kitchen, through my garage, etc., whether this thing holds up. That's going to be the real test. Let's go take a walk. You can stand there and look at this little dude over here. So I'm currently walking down my stairs, and we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 walls, ceilings, Wi-Fi, lots of stuff going on. Obviously, you're going to hear reverberation because I'm walking in a living room with a wood floor and not a lot of stuff on the walls. That's going to happen. Now I'm sitting here. I am at least 10, 20, 30, 40 40 feet, 50 feet, easily 50 feet away. And again, I have one wall, cabinets, Wi-Fi, electrical wires, Bluetooth, phones, iPads. My wife's here, she's on her computer. There's all sorts of stuff going on. I wouldn't expect it to turn it out this far. Let's just really stress test this thing. I'm gonna head out to the garage. I'm really far right now, and I have so much stuff going on. We're gonna see if there's any real interference here. I'm now standing out in the garage, and I am easily, I don't know how far it is, 50, 60, 70 feet away. I have more walls, electrical wires, and stuff going on than you can shake a stick at right now. Let's go back inside from the garage. Now I'm walking through past the coffee machine, and just to really test this thing, I'm going to do something really stupid that I wouldn't do, which is transmit all the way upstairs into my studio and go out the back. I imagine this thing's going to cut out. It should cut out. I'm expecting it to cut out. Any transmission system of this price range should cut out. Let's find out if it does. Still connected. I won't know till I go upstairs and check it out and look at the audio file. I'm really far away. I'm going to walk over to my little waterfall out back. I know my HDMI transmitters, all of them, every single one of them, when I transmit wirelessly, no matter how good they are or expensive they are, when I get out to that waterfall, they always cut out. Let's see if Saramonic does. Now, if this thing's still going, I will be really surprised. Let me turn my back to this thing. Other direction, and like I will be at way if this thing. Now I've turned around and I'm facing back toward the house. Let's go back inside and up to the studio. Again, I'm really far away, and there are more wires, more Wi-Fi, more Ethernet cables, TVs, computers, Bluetooth going on in this area than you could shake a stick at. Getting close again. I'm about 20 feet away. I'm about 10 feet away. Looks like it's still running. But obviously, I won't know what happened until I listen to the sound. Recommendations. The Blink 500 Pro B1 kit comes with a single transmitter and receiver at $229, and the Blink 500 Pro B2 kit comes with 2 transmitters and 1 receiver at $299, which is very reasonable for a dual wireless system. While reading the manual, I saw mention of different Pro versions with included Lightning connectors for iOS, Android connectors, and even a handheld mic that plugs into the system. As always, it's your money, and it's what you need or want for your videos that determines whether you buy something like this or not. If you're looking to get into wireless audio systems that don't break the bank, I think this could be an excellent place to start. Don't forget to check out Basic Filmmaker University if you're serious about elevating your video, audio, and YouTube game. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. The major mistake I see is people make if you're looking to get into wireless audio systems that don't break the bank, if you break the bank,